So it's come to my attention that our old friend Warhammer has finally found out that yours truly has returned to the interwebs and has already released a video trying to gain my attention. Well, I got nothing better to do right now, so... And as we all know, April is Autism Awareness Month, and I am quite a nice fella, so I decided... let's give the little autist what he wants, shall we? It's only 3 minutes, so...
I am still a hard man.
Well, it's good to know he's still hard for men. I was getting nervous there for a second, but thankfully he's still hard for men. Let's just hope he's not also hard for children as well. At least not anymore, but with this guy, you never know.
This is to Alistair Mycroft.
Hey, that's me.
It's your boy, Forge Warhammer. Little Shimmy in the house.
Little Shimmy is what he calls his penis, for the record.
Why don't you grow a pair and come face up, mano to mano on Little Shimmy?
Well, I would like to, go mano a mano with you, but, I am not going to that backwater hellscape called Texas anytime soon, and even if I did... I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to find the trailer that you're living in, with mommy. I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to find it at all. But honestly, if I do get to your trailer, we both know you're not coming out. You're just going to stay inside. You're going to shit your pants. You're going to call the cops. You're probably going to tell them I'm trying to rape you or some shit. There's really no point, then again, you were the same guy who said that he was supposedly gonna come up to Kingston, New York, which is where I supposedly live, and, I'm still waiting on that, and any day now, he might get his fat ass up to the East Coast and confront the big, scary penguin man, so, maybe if he does that first, maybe then I'll consider taking a trip to Texas, but we both know this epic anime showdown ain't happening anytime soon, so sorry.
Because Little Shimmy just has a bigger Jimmy. Anyways, to Alistair, I just wanted to give you my thoughts.
Oh boy. Oh boy. We are about to be woke by Little Shimmy. Okay, we're about to get our minds blown by Little Shimmy and his little Jimmy. I'm so excited.
I think that Palestine has the right to exist, and
I think Palestine has the right to be turned into a parking lot. Next.
I think that the Palestinian people have the right to live in their native indigenous land of Palestine.
Well, by the time Donald Trump and Netanyahu get done with the place, it ain't really gonna be their indigenous land no more. I can fucking tell you that much.
The West Bank and Gaza belong to the nation of Palestine and the people of Palestine.
Not for much longer.
And I think that independence and national sovereignty should be given to Palestine.
Yeah, that's all cute and all, but I live in the real world, and I'm gonna wager by this time 10 years from now, it's gonna be turning into a fucking another beach resort if Donald Trump and Netanyahu get their way there. So, yeah, so sorry Palestinian bros, once again you get another big fat L. Womp womp.
Taiwan needs to be reunited with the Chinese motherland. The Hawaiiza, the Han.
Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and I'm gonna say Warhammer completely butchered those names. Those fucking titles that he just said there, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it definitely sounds like our little good old Southern boy, little good old country boy, done fucked up on the pronunciations of those words.
The Han people of China need to be reunited, for they are brothers and sisters united in one great people's republic.
Yes, one quote-unquote great dystopian communist nightmare there. I'm sure the Taiwanese are very excited to be reunited into the Asian version of Ingsoc from 1984 there. George Orwell's warning to the world made manifest. Yeah, I'm sure the Taiwanese people are ecstatic to be joining in with those guys there.
One should be reunited with the mainland, and Malorussia and Novorussia belong to Russia. It is historical Russian territories. Ukraine just means the borderlands anyways, but the native Russian speakers should, independently of their own volition, reunite back with the great Russian motherland. And America needs to leave NATO. Yes, Donald Trump needs to pull America out of NATO. We need to...
Oh, you mean the same Donald Trump who's giving trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars to Israel? And honestly wants Palestine glassed as much as the next person does? Yeah, that guy? Is that the guy you're rooting for there?
Quit our NATO obligations, and we need to side with the BRICS. The United States...
Oh, you mean the same fucking organization that was founded for the sole purpose of trying to challenge the US dollar there? The same organization which has member states that at any moment could fucking start going to war with each other? You know, last time I checked, the Indians and the Chinese really don't get along that well. And one of the flashpoints for World War III could be along the Chinese and Indian border there. But no, really though, BRICS is definitely going to take over, especially once the good old US of A joins BRICS there. It's definitely not going to stay in the G7 summit because Europe is going to bend the knee to Trump and they're going to work out some deal or anything. No. BRICS is the fucking future, according to autistic commie boos like Warhammer here.
This belongs on the side of the BRICS nations and not with the G7. That is one thing that Donald Trump has actually done quite good since he was in office. Donald Trump needs to pull the great US of A out of NATO, and we need to leave those rotten Europeans to do their own thing. The Europeans have been fighting for millennia. They can fight their own wars and their own battles. We need to bring our troops home and put them on the border with Canada and Mexico. Because Canadians, it's a well-known fact that Canadians have never won a single battle. Those Canadians...
The Battle of Vimy Ridge in World War I. They're Passchendaele. Look up Passchendaele from World War I and come back to me once you've brushed up on your history there, buddy. There, the people who fought and died in the Battle of Passchendaele would like to have a little word with you. When you say that Canadians are pretty weak and have never won any battles. There.
Canadians have never won a single battle, and that is just how it should be. Anyways, that was my message to Alistair Mycroft. I am your host, Imperator of Forge. Stay hard!
So I'm really not surprised that I was gonna be getting 3 minutes of incoherent ramblings from Warhammer. I mean, I expect nothing less from the autistic child molester there. It's good to know. It's good to know that I could start making fun of Warhammer again there. You know, I mean, it is kind of getting sick of, kind of getting bored of just waiting around for the next Chris Lord mental breakdown post on Facebook there. And, you know, I do got shit to do outside of the internet these days, but, but see, it's nice that Warhammer's back on the radar there. We might get some more Warhammer meltdowns soon. You know, it kind of sounds like he wants to get bent over and spanked yet again by yours truly. And, you know, again, this is Autism Awareness Month. We gotta be nice to the retards, at least for a couple more weeks. So, yeah. And with that, have a good one.